Yo, what's happening? Pastor D checking back in with y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. It's right, that's right. It's the No Cap You Chat right here on Hope TV. Look, we back. Listen, last week I ain't get in trouble, y'all. Pastor Smith hit me up. He was like, first off, you jumped on, you done stole our live, but it's all good. Y'all did y'all thing. So big ups, big shout out to Pastor E. Dewey Smith for the love. And guess what? We back again this week. And look, we got some more special guests in the building. And look, we just gonna get this thing off and running. Look, this week's edition of the No Cap Youth Chat is all about sibling rivalry. Yeah, a lot of y'all been trapped in the house with y'all brothers, y'all sisters. Some of y'all got your cousins and them up in the crib, right? And as I was talking to a lot of my students this week, man, they were like, man, they killing me, Pastor D. They are annoying. I was like, what better way to show the world by bringing some of the most dopest siblings in the Hope Youth Ministry right now? So listen, let's get this thing cranked up. First and foremost, let me introduce the super dope special guest I got, the young Kendall and Kai Franklin. Kendall is the oldest. She is a senior at Arabia Mountain. She's the varsity soccer captain. And guess what? Y'all gonna be excited about this. Girl, she finally accepted that college. She finally chose that college. And guess what? She about to be a Howard University Bison. Yep. So look, y'all welcome my girl Kendall and Kai.
Hi.
Do this right now. Y'all show my baby girl Kai some love because she just had a birthday during the quarantine. So y'all say happy birthday, Kai.
Happy birthday.
We love y'all. We love y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Look, this is what we got up next. We got the two sisters. Look, I call them powerhouse combos. We got Amaya and Maya Price. Yeah, if y'all don't know these two young ladies, you better get to know them because when I met them for the first time, listen, let me tell you about them. They real bossy. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like they was trying to run old Pastor D on the trip, but it's cool. I love them, and they are absolutely amazing. Both of them. Listen, both of them have accepted and will be attending the Clayton State University this fall. Maya will be focusing on the supply chain management, and the Maya, she gonna be focused on criminal justice. Right now, they representing Forsyth Central High School. Y'all show some love for Maya and the Maya Price. Sister. Y'all doing good? There they go. Well, my bad, Mia and the Maya. My bad, Mia. See what I'm saying? Y'all see how they boss me around? Y'all see how they boss me around? It's all good. Y'all welcome to the show. And last but not least, look, we had Big Bro on the show last week. He really don't need no introduction. All I'm going to say is y'all already know what he is. He a Morehouse man representing for the brothers, all the males, and his sister. Look, she checked out. She went to my Duke, but I had to bring him back on as he was dropping nuggets last week. Y'all show some love to JV and Moore. I still hate him, y'all. Y'all see he still got the beard game. Look at Pastor D. I'm coming. I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming for you. Listen, welcome everybody to the show, man. Y'all come on in this thing. What's happening? How y'all feeling, man?
Hey. What's up?
Hey, that's my girl. There they go, baby. Listen, let's just go straight into this thing. Y'all ready? Let's have fun today on the show. We got a lot to say, man. And so listen, let's just start it off like this. Y'all been stuck in the house with y'all siblings for the last 562 days. And y'all, somebody just tell me how it's been. Like what's been going on. Let me start with Kendall and Kai. Kendall and Kai, like, how has it been, y'all? Like, talk to me.
We've had our good and bad days for sure. Right now we're working on it. It's just I feel like I'm getting to know her better before I go off to college. Like I'm trying to get into this anime thing that she just loves. We fighting over food a lot because we both just like to eat. So that's really been a struggle. I don't know what.
Don't really like being around her that
Yeah,
much.
she's not a people person. Like she likes her own space, but I like to interact with people. So it's tough because she just want to be in her own world, but I want to talk and she don't want to. So.
Kai. All right, now she tried to be nice, right? Tell me with the real. Like, has she been annoying? Has she been annoying?
Like, yes. Like, she's
See,
like,
that's what I knew you was gonna tell me the truth.
she's not really like a good, like, a person that you want to be in isolation with. She's one of those people that, like, you live in the house, you want to, like, send her out, or you're in isolation.
Wow.
I don't really get that option, so I just.
That's cold.
See how she do me? Oh.
That's how you supposed to see. I knew Kai was gonna tell me the truth. Kendall tried to be all nice and sweet and big sisterly on me. But Kai, I appreciate your honesty. Mia, Amaya, which one of y'all done snatched somebody eyelashes off?
No, we actually good. Like we always do stuff together, so it's not like we ready to knock each other heads off. Like we actually good over here.
Yeah,
So
that's really
wow,
Jay, they lying. They all sistery right now.
Like ain't nothing happening.
We good.
So ain't now one of y'all done got irritated with the other one.
We always do stuff together, so it's like we adapt to each other.
Kai, you the only honest person on this line right now. We appreciate
my God.
Jay. No, it's cool. Jay, talk to me, bro. You got a sister at the crib. What's been going on with y'all, man?
Well, me and my sister, we have a good relationship. But when you isolated with somebody for so long, you kind of get a little bit annoyed with those characteristics that you know about them so well. For instance, yesterday I was just watching this show. Just watching this show on Netflix. So I'm sitting here watching the show, the same show that she's watching. But she's sitting here asking me questions as if I fast forward and I saw the whole season of it. So that was a little annoying. But overall, I feel like this quarantine is bringing everybody in the house closer together. But yeah, that's it. I love my sister to death, but she can be a little annoying sometimes. And
let me ask y'all this then.
All right.
How y'all think most of the siblings out there in the world, because y'all all sweet and nice. How y'all think most of these siblings out here in the world, like how you think they interacting? Because I can tell you about my babies. My 2-year-old, she the boss. And she been killing my 7-year-old. He's so annoyed. She went in and destroyed his whole Lego setup yesterday. My boy built a nice little boat, and she went and said, Bryce, and just smashed it. And all he could do was just look. And I was just like, bud, it's all good, man. It's all good. She love you. She love you. Like, how y'all think some of these siblings out here been reacting, man?
Ooh.
Probably butting heads a lot.
Yeah, probably butting heads.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Listen, I know my crew. My crew over here been going toe to toe with the best of them. I had to buy a punching bag just so the mini me could get out there and just hit some, because like he been doing good, man. Y'all, I ain't gonna even lie, man. My 7-year-old, he been taking it like a champ. But every day, I know baby boy tired, man. I know he tired. So Kai, once again, I feel your pain. Thank you for being honest. Now I'm teasing. All right, so good. Let me ask y'all this then. During this quarantine, as siblings, as family, have you guys seen or have you experienced any type of fear or anxiety, or the walls feel like they closing in now since we on day 792?
Well, probably for us, since we were like hoping to go back to school, and like now they're like, oh yeah, no more school and everything like that, just straight online. So when they were like making that decision, it was necessarily, oh, this might be postponed and this might be canceled. And our main thing was
Yep.
like, we want to walk across that stage. Like we did not wake up
Right.
every morning at 6:30
Yep.
just to be told we're not walking across the stage. So
Come on.
thank God for our superintendent for saying that our graduation is still gonna be on. It's just gonna be in July. But even with
Dope.
that, it's like I feel for like other students because they're not even having that. They have to do an online graduation. So that's how I feel with us. I know that's our main thing.
So from just the ceremony, so the ceremony's just been pushed back, but graduation wise, y'all still on track for graduation, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
because what is it? After graduation, I think it's our moving day for freshmen, and after, like we have a whole bunch of stuff planned after that. So it's like
Okay.
we wasn't really affected by it. The only thing that was affected was prom. I was kind of over prom because they kept saying we are gonna have it, then we're not gonna have it, and it was like it's for the birds. I don't care no more. So I just want to walk across the stage.
Yeah,
That's the
I
only
think
thing I
that's
want to
I
do.
think that's
That's
the
the
main
only thing I
thing.
want to do is walk across the stage.
Man,
So
all right, I feel. So how have y'all, how Kendall and Kai, like, has
Mhm.
fear, anxiety, any of that kind of crept in on y'all? Like, have y'all start like when y'all watching the news or you're hearing everything, like especially this week,
Right.
we just found out, and what's been pumped heavy in the news is the African American community has had the highest numbers as far as this whole COVID-19 coronavirus. We've been projected to have the highest numbers as being success, like having the virus or getting the virus. What do y'all think about that, like as students?
Right. So I just feel I am fearful to a certain extent. Like I know that the Lord's going to cover me, and I've been reading Bible verses, but at the same time, I have a dad and my brother who are still working because they work for FedEx, and that's considered essential. So they're
Yep.
both going out there daily, putting their lives on the line. So we're taking extra precautions and making sure like they take off their work clothes and jump in the shower as soon as they get home, or leave the work boots outside and wipe down all the doorknobs and just things of that nature in a fearful sense. But I feel like Kai hasn't really seen she's not really grasping it as much as I would per se. So I just feel like that's probably the difference with us. And then also I'm thinking about like my senior year, everything has been canceled. I was looking forward to prom and graduation, and then my debutante cotillion. So that's
Oh
just stuff that I
man.
was.
Well, I feel. Kai, let me ask you. Now, my oldest student, from a 13-year-old's mind, what are your thoughts on this whole coronavirus? Like, what you think it is? Tell me how you feel.
Um, like I'm not really feel fearful, but I like want to. I don't really want to go back to school due to learning. So when I compare them, it's like the due to learning is worse. So I guess I just go to school, but at the same time, then you have teachers. Just like it's a Venn diagram of pros and cons, but mm, like they're equal right now. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I'm not really scared. I don't know why. It's just like a sense that I don't. It's like I haven't really. I don't know. It's like I haven't grasped it yet. Like I haven't really like decided that it's something I should like prioritize because I want to work now. So,
I got you. I got you. I got you. I appreciate that. Jay. All right. Y'all know my boy Jay was dropping gems last week on this, dropping bars on this last week. How you feel about hearing that news that about the African American community, just being like the forefront of this coronavirus piece? Like what came to mind when you first heard it?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was being considerate of others, those susceptible to it. The elderly, those with weak immune systems or underlying medical conditions. So,
I got
that being said, I had to be more mindful of my interactions with people in my household. Um, Obviously because I've been quarantined with them, but not only them, but my grandparents. Just updating them on what's going on with the
you. Wow.
virus because they're elderly, you know. So, and there definitely are people that I want to see, but um, the fact is nobody in this household has gotten tested for corona, and it's very possible to be asymptomatic and be carrying the
Yep.
disease and pass it on to somebody else without even knowing it. So that being said, you know, I just had to be extremely mindful, be on the cleaning crew every day, you know, extremely sanitary with everything that I'm doing, you
I
know.
got you.
But yeah, but I just hearing that about the Black community, I hope that, you know, we as a people are mindful of um, the possibility to put somebody else in danger, even when we're not endangering ourselves. Because
Got you.
honestly, I feel like this is a good wake up call to show that people in the Black community are all connected. So I think
Dope.
hopefully, we will be mindful of that and continue to follow precautions as far as social distancing and remaining sanitized.
Dope, man. Mia, Amaya, let me ask y'all this then. So, what have y'all been doing to kind of cope, like to focus in or to kind of keep your minds off of everything that's happened to you guys senior year? Like, what have y'all been doing to stay active?
Well, for basically for our parents, we just been bonding with them even more, like trying to like get as much like love from them before they send us away. So we've been doing game nights with them, I think, every Friday and Saturday. So
Okay.
that's one. Then of course my dad's really big on we need a car, so we've been going driving and stuff like that, so he can prepare. So whenever this is over with, we can both get our license and stuff. And then like with
Got you.
us, we just been like chilling with each other, like over here searching up stuff for our dorm and everything like that. So nothing
Still,
too
I love it. Y'all
drastic.
still focused on prepping for college. Y'all still focused on forward, right? I love that. I love that. Kai, Kendall,
What you been
what y'all
doing?
been doing?
What you been doing? She her school has her doing girl, her school has her doing the workouts. So she works out, right?
Oh, you've been working
Mm-mm.
out. Kai,
Eh,
come on, man.
come on, you've been doing it with mom.
Not like working out. I wouldn't say that's working out. Mainly, I was just playing Uno for the workout. But um, I was just like, I was, I watch a lot of Netflix now, I guess. And
Oh, so you at
Yeah,
you at
working out.
Netflix University. I feel you. You in Netflix
Yes.
University. You done seen every series and episode possible, huh?
yeah, but they don't have all the episodes, so I had to like merge onto something else.
Oh goodness. All right.
She
Kendall,
yeah.
talk to me.
I've
What you
been
been doing?
well, as a family, we've been going house hunting because my mom wants to move. So that's our like outing. We just ride around looking at like houses that she's seen online, and she wants to buy one while the market's down. And
Yep.
then we're watching a Netflix series together right now. It's really good, and I don't hate it, but I like watching Netflix by myself because it's like you on your own time. Whereas I'm watching with four other people, we gotta all wait till everybody not doing nothing. I want to see what's gonna happen in the next episode. They like, hold on, we not ready yet. So it's just, I feel like I would have been finished this if I was watching by myself. But we still on season 2.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. All right. So look, let's do this. Let me throw a curveball out there for y'all. Now I ain't tell y'all today, now that we on sibling rivalry, we gonna have a little fun. And so I got a couple of questions I'm gonna ask y'all. And all I want you to do is point at your sibling. Don't think about it. When you hear the question, just point. All right.
All right.
You sure?
All
See, I
right.
can't now, Jamie. I can't use you. Let me hit these siblings real quick. All right, Kai, you ready?
Yeah.
Kendall, you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Real quick. Just point directly to them. All right, here's the first question. You ready? Who been getting the most whoopings during the quarantine? Oh, so y'all.
We don't
Oh,
get
okay.
whoopings.
We too old for it.
We
Here we
don't
go.
get whoopings.
No, no, I don't want your commentary. Who been getting in the most trouble? Quick. Who the rebel? Which one of y'all the rebel child?
It's me.
It's just
all right.
weird. I don't know if that's
Which one of y'all make the better grades? Who talks back the most? Which one of y'all the most expensive? Who the most financially responsible? Which one of y'all go out the most?
I have a car.
All right, think about this question. Which one of y'all gonna get married first? Oh Lord. Which one of y'all got the most style?
I don't know what you be doing.
So yeah.
Who the most protective? Like, which one of y'all the most protective one? Who the overly protective? All right. Who the funniest? Who the meanest?
Yeah.
That's a shame. Hi, who are you? Which one of y'all's the most athletic? Most annoying? Who the sneakiest? Who's over dramatic? Who got the dirtiest room?
Look over here. That's why she hiding the floor.
No.
Who gets on their parents' nerves the most? Who takes the longest to get dressed? And I'm asking females. Lord have mercy. Which one of y'all takes the longest to do your hair? Which one of y'all think y'all can sing? Which one of y'all think y'all can sing, but y'all really can't sing?
Oh no, I can sing.
You don't know what I have to deal with. All I hear.
I can sing.
Hold on, you say you can sing?
No.
Don't ask me this test.
Listen,
Let them hear the high notes.
Not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
You told her to come on stage. She the one that can sing. Okay.
Oh, so like you sing or you sing? It's a difference.
Oh, I sing. Like I can. If I'm like real into it, oh yeah.
Oh, well, go on, drop us something real quick then.
Why? She don't want to sing.
She don't sing. She don't sing. She don't sing. She don't sing. Nope, she don't sing.
I do know that.
She don't
You gotta
sing.
catch me. You gotta catch
All right, here we go. Last couple of questions. Y'all ready? Who the laziest out of all y'all? Kai, girl, I thought we was here.
She wake up at like 3-4.
In the afternoon?
Yes, she done missed so many online classes.
Kai, what is going on?
It's hard. It's hard.
I walk in her room. Ooh.
All right, which one of y'all talk to the Lord the most? Which one of y'all gonna preach for Pastor D on Sunday? Why y'all put y'all hands down? Y'all cold blooded, man. All right. Listen, man. Look, we had some fun today. Listen, I really appreciate y'all. I got one last question for y'all. Like this week, we know it's Holy Week. This week, we know, like the world said on last week and the beginning of this week, they were like, this is going to be one of the worst weeks in respects to the COVID-19, right? And for us believers, we also recognize this week was one of the most craziest weeks for Jesus as he prepared to walk and to do what he did for us on that cross. And so my question to you guys is, how have you reflected during this week? Like, what have you reflected on? What have you thought about in respects to Holy Week and in respects to Christ and his walk this week. And like what have been your thoughts about it? Like what are your thoughts about, you know, him, the resurrection, him being taking all that he took specifically for us? Like, what are your thoughts about that? Talk to me,
Yeah.
Jay. I'm gonna start with you, man.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say that Jesus dying on the cross for us is the greatest example of love. Like that's the greatest example of love. That's all I could. That's the first thing that could come to my mind. You know, you have to. The fact that you love somebody so much that you give up your life for them. You know, that's a different type of love. We always say, you always hear people say that you love them or they love you, but do they love you like Jesus loved you? You know, do they love you enough to give up their life for you specifically? And that's what came to my mind um, about this whole Holy Week. The fact that today is Good Friday, you know, and the amazingness of God's power to just raise Jesus from the dead, even though he was crucified, you know, visibly crucified. Like there is no question about it that he definitely died on Friday, on Good Friday, and and God rose Jesus from the dead on Sunday. You know, that's just amazing, and that shows God's power. And overall, it just shows the love that that God has for his people.
Man, I love it. Mia, Maya, what is your reflections on this week?
Woo. Well, for one, like you said, like a lot of us have friends that's like, oh yeah, we're gonna ride for you, like I'll kill behind you, da da da. But like initially with God, like him going through the things that he went through just for us, and we still doing the stuff that he wanted not for us to do. It's just like I can't give him nothing but the most highest praise for him, because like I know I may say, oh like I'll kill behind my sister and everything like that, but like the initial thought of doing it is like, boy, I'm kind of scared. But the fact that he did it for us, I don't have to do it. I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, because he already done it for me. So with the whole COVID-19 going on, like I said before, whenever we was on live, I'm walking in faith. I know God got me and my family. I know that this is just a trial and error. So with that being said, like I'm everything goes to God, and I know that he's going to work out for our good. So I'm not going to rush anything. I'm not going to try to hurry things up. Like this is in God's time, so I'm going to work around God's time and not him work around my time.
I love it. I love it. Come on, Kendall and Kai. What are your reflections on this week?
I feel like it was an overall good week. Like nothing really bad happened. I don't really like have a lot of fear because I feel like I'm covered. So I don't really feel like there's a lot to worry about. Yeah, it's kind of like the mindset of it's kind of scary, but it depends on like what you think. Is yeah.
And I also feel that this has put the resurrection and things into perspective for me, and like it will put it in perspective for other people that yeah, we're going through this tragedy, but in the end you just have to keep good faith. And I've really been reading like Deuteronomy, and I feel like reading that and putting all this has really put this into perspective, and like just like I'm really rocking in my faith, and I know that I'm covered and God got me covered, and I'm just gonna continue praying for other people and keep them in my thoughts and prayers.
Got you,
Amen.
got you. Hey man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So one last thing before we head out, if you guys could give any advice to any of the students out here about how they can continue to push through this isolation period, through this quarantine period, what advice would you give them? And the reason that I'm asking this is because yesterday, when we were meeting some of the young adults, we had a couple of teachers on the line. And one of the questions, one of the prayer requests from one of the teachers was to pray for the students, because just how all of us adults have been affected by this, you guys have taken some heavy blows as well. And we found out that a lot of students aren't accustomed to being alone all the time. Like their escape from home was school, and then some of the students' escape from school has been home. So they've been dealing with amazing. But request for a couple of students because they haven't really been dealing with this particular pandemic very well. So much so that some of them have made attempts to commit suicide or have been talking certain ways. So from you to them, what amazing advice would you give them, student to a student? Jay, I'm gonna start with you, big dog. What would you say to a student who is having trouble with this pandemic?
Well, first of all, I would say that God is the same God that was with them before. That being said, He's unchanged. He has not left them, and He will not leave them nor forsake them. And I would say use this opportunity, use this isolation, this quarantine as a time to build that relationship with God. Get closer to God than you've gotten before. Because I feel like this is the best time. Like I don't think there is a better time to do it rather than right now, the time that you're isolated. Because God only He wants us. He wants us individually. He doesn't care about all the baggage that we have, all the sins that we've done. Even if we deem ourselves unworthy, God still finds us worthy. So I would say to keep that in mind, keep the fact that God loves you, the worst part of you, and He knows the worst part of you. He knew you before you even made. So that being said, you should just continue to get closer to your Heavenly Father because He loves all of you.
I love it, man. I love it. Come on, Kendall. Come on, Kendall. Talk to me.
Um,
What advice would
I
you give a
feel
student?
I feel as though we have to realize that God makes no mistakes, and so this is all a plan, and there's a method to the madness. And I feel as though we just have to keep people in our prayers, and also we need to reach out to others because there's somebody probably going through it worse than you are, and just like we all need to stay connected and just lift each other up in each other's prayers and everything because depression is a real thing and people are really going through it. So I feel as though we just need to look out for one another and check on each other to see how each other is doing.
Got you. I love it. Kai, baby girl, what would you say to one of your fellow students who's having a hard time?
Um, I would probably say that I know it's not gonna last forever because everything like changes. Like I know there are some things that we thought was gonna be like forever, but things change like really fast. Nobody really saw this corona coming, but it came and it changed a lot of the world. So I feel like everything changes and I can't. So they shouldn't think that they're gonna go through this forever because something's gonna change in their life. Somebody might change their life.
Wow. Wow. Come on, Kai. Come on, girl. Mia, Amaya, talk to me. What advice would you have for seniors? What advice would you have for juniors? What advice would you have for anybody in your position that's having a hard time dealing with this thing?
I'll let Mia start first.
I
Come
would say,
on.
I would say that like you have to push through this. Like I know for me, like I know I've been getting like lazy on some stuff, especially since I'm a senior. I can't be doing that because my stuff dropped. It's like it's done enough with for me. But I would say
Mm,
push through this. If you need somebody to talk to, go talk to somebody. Get out the house. Even though they say don't get out the house, get out the house and walk around your neighborhood. Go outside, do something so you won't be cooped up in this house because it gets to a point where sometimes you get discouraged and you just sitting in the bed depressed, don't know what to do. Like you just need to get out and like refocus your brain and be like, okay, I gotta do this and this because like you got goals, you got a lot of stuff. So I would say like just stay focused.
I love it. I
And,
love it. I love it.
and then I know
Come on,
for
Amaya.
like for one, nobody knows when a true living God is coming. So please just keep walking in faith. Like walk in Christ. I promise you, because we may think, oh, this is like, oh, the world's coming to an end. Don't say that, because nobody don't know when God is coming. Okay, but one thing, like what my sister said, like, please get out, because me personally, isolation is evil. You get lost in your thoughts, you get lost in everything. That's what, like, when you by yourself, you think the worst, and it doesn't even have to be like that. So I honestly feel like if you actually want a relationship with your parents, your sisters, do it now, because you're in the house with them 24/7. So don't be isolating your thoughts, feeling lonely and like, oh yeah, nobody wants me. No, baby, get out your room, because that's when the devil really gonna creep in on you and be like, nobody. No, baby, you're in the house with them. Find Christ in your siblings. And then for my seniors, babies, y'all better do y'all work.
I know a couple seniors that might not be passing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like bad.
This is like the time where you really have to be like, this is where you're testing your own faith. Like, challenge yourself. Like, okay, if I don't have to get up in the morning, let me still get up in the morning so I can finish all my stuff up, so I can be chilling, I can relax, I can do this, I can do that, instead of having to still be up around like 5-6 p.m. still trying to recover and still trying to do your stuff. No, get out, do your stuff on time and everything like that, because honestly, senior year is what it sticks. It's freshman year, all the years that you are in school, it sticks with you. And you don't want to be going into college with a low GPA and then wonder why no college is accepting you. No, baby, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Do your stuff.
Like, the main goal for seniors is to walk across this get your diploma.
Your mom and your daddy did not spend all this money
for you to not walk across that stage.
Like, don't play with it. And then again,
I'm walking across somebody's stage.
That's like, even with God, y'all have, this is like the most important time to actually sit in your room, close that door, put your gospel music on, get on your knees and talk to God. Talk to your heavenly Father, because if you're not doing nothing with your time, but just on Instagram flicking it up, baby, you can be talking to God.
Like, what is it? Before this, I was in the bathroom worshiping with my sister. After she left, I put my music on. I was worshiping. I was crying. I was praying. I prayed for me to get into Clayton State. I was praying hard. And then a couple days later, I called them. They say that it take a couple hours. You're going to get an acceptance. I was like, okay. I wake up. When was it? It was.
I got accepted the 3rd, and she got accepted the 7th.
And I was asleep. My mom kept taking me like, man, wake up. I was like, what is it? And she said that I got accepted. She got the message before I did, but she told me. I was like, that right there, that's God right there. Because it's like, I was crying for this.
And honestly,
and I got it.
Like, because it's so weird about it too, because I wanted to go, my dream school was West Georgia. I wanted to go there, and I actually had a tour scheduled the 18th, and of course now this whole thing is over with, so I was just like, okay. And then finding out that I got accepted to Clayton with my sister, I was like, okay, if that's not God's will for me to go to West Georgia, and he wants me to be with my sister so I can, like, because honestly, she motivates me and I motivate her. So I feel like when we're apart, it's like that little thing in the middle that's like, one of y'all about to mess up, and then y'all need to get back together. And so, honestly, I truly thank God for what he's actually doing in this quarantine, because for one, being with my family is like, I love my family to death. So whenever we do game nights and we cook out and everything like that, I'm just like, wow, like that's something I can like dwell on whenever I'm in college, when I'm away from my parents. Like, dang, I actually miss doing game nights this time. Dang, I miss doing this and that. So again, and I like, my heart goes out to people that have abusive families. I really hope and pray. I'm not gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. Sneak out, baby. Go find a different shelter, because oh my God, honestly, my heart goes out to them, because like nobody knows what happens behind closed doors. And those people that are suicidal, baby, I promise you, think about what you're gonna miss out on if you take your life away. Like, and I'm not honestly not trying to cry, but my heart really goes out to people that's like that actually school is a runaway from them and everything, or home is a run. Like, my heart really goes out to those people like that.
I feel you,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you even
All right.
saying that because this is the reality from us all. One thing that we definitely want everybody out there to know is that God absolutely loves you. He loves you unconditionally, and this is how much He loves you. He loves you so much. When you look at Ephesians 2 verse 10, it says that we are His masterpiece. And when you think about us being His masterpiece, when you think about being a value to God, when you think about it, when He created you as an individual, He ain't do no rush job on you. He ain't just throw you together real quick. He ain't get you together, right? He ain't wish you together. The beautiful thing about a masterpiece, a creation like a masterpiece, is that the creator took his time. He shaped you, he molded you, he built you piece by piece. And the beautiful thing about that, when he stepped back after creating you, he was in absolute awe because when he looked at you, he sees himself. He sees a reflection of himself. When you look at
Yes.
Genesis chapter 126, y'all, he's talking about, I created you in my image. And that's how much I value you. That's how much I love you. And for anybody out there having a hard time, he even went above and beyond. Not only he created in his image, but then he went a step further, y'all. He gave his one and his only. And I always
Yeah.
felt like when you think about it, God ain't have nothing else. He had one and
Yeah.
his one and only. And so when
Right.
you guys are having a hard time, right? When you're in those, like when the walls begin to close down, all I want you to do is just go look at yourself in the mirror. And when you see God, right? And so listen, that's how valuable you are to us. That's how much we love you, especially here at the House of Hope. Man, we got nothing for you. But listen, we also going to use wisdom. So if you are having some resources getting ready to come across on this screen, and listen, let's be real. If you having those suicidal thoughts, or you're in a crisis, or you're in a domestic situation, or you need any type of help, listen, take these numbers down and reach out to them. And then also, if you need any assistance from the House of Hope family, listen, we're going to put our contact information on the screen as well. That way you guys get any and everything that you need. Listen, I'm with you. Our love is with you. And we just want to thank each and every one of y'all. Super dope people that jumped on the line. Miss Mia, Miss Amaya, Miss Kendall, the boss lady Kai, and always the OG Javier, man. Thank y'all so much for always showing up, showing out. You guys are absolutely amazing. We love y'all. Listen, Pastor D, we checking out. Pastor Smith, it's on y'all today, baby. It's on y'all. So listen, make sure y'all tune in to Hope TV. We got so much coming after this. Hey, stay tuned. We'll see y'all next week. We got some for y'all.
Bye.
Y'all hold it down.
Bye.
Peace.